Right, good morning everybody. I thought it'd be a nice relaxing day today. I thought we'd turn up here, I'd get some nice cinematics, learn some things. Sadly, the S13 had a different fate for me. I've had absolutely the worst morning. My hands are cut, my soul's destroyed. It broke down on me again. The second coolant hose in 2 weeks has popped. Almost didn't make it here, but now I feel like I've learned some sort of scrap heat. I could probably be going on a scrap heat challenge now. You know, I'm just used to, I had to take, it's not been fun. But we're here, so we're down here with Farecla. They invited us down because we've recently had the car painted, and it's not been polished. It's not been, actually, it's been cleaned once. So we're bringing it down here with Farecla. We're going to do some machine polishing, cleaning. I'm going to learn some bits and bobs. But first of all, I need to fix this, because without fixing this, I'm not going to make it home. Okay, we've just nipped to a local hardware shop, found some hose. I've got it on. My arms are killing, but now we can relax and do some detailing stuff. Okay mate, so what's the plan?
So the plan's going to be, we're just going to give the car a bit of a wash down first. Charlie's doing the wheels for us. Going to do a bit of pre-cleaning here with the multi-cleaner and a concentration of snow foam.
Right.
Just because, obviously, from where you've had it washed and that before, there's residual wax and oils left on the surface, so it makes sense just to start breaking them down before we go on to actually flatten the car down. Machine polishing. Once we've machine polished it up, if we get a chance, we'll stick a bit of wax on it, then it's good to go. In terms of the machine polishing, we're going to be using 2 machines and 2 types of product. We're going to use our more concentrated body shop style product, which is G360. That's going to be used on your flatting marks from where you've had the car flatted back after painting. It's by far the best product in order to use to remove sort of hand sanding, scratches and anything like that. Well, after that, we'll move on to the G3 Pro system, which is the DA, followed by a new product all-in-one polish. It's a great product to just put on, pick up the shine, remove any swirl marks over the rest of the body. Glass, decontaminate that with it as well, and then it gives a good base layer ready for the wax later on. But before you do any sort of machine correcting on any car, we always say to do a paint reading to find out the level of thickness on the paint. Typically, you're looking at standard cars from OEM factory would have around about 90 to 100 plus microns on.
Yeah.
This is your level of from the metal panel right up to the clear coat. So it includes your base coat, your primer and your clear. Your car, because obviously you've painted it, we've got 350 microns to play with.
So that's including paint that's been in the past as well?
Yeah, so it's right down from the base of the substrate of the metal panel right the way up. But if you've got 350 after a respray, most of the old stuff should have been buzzed back anyway before they put the new colour on. So it means we've got a good level to play with to get it nice and shiny and deep for you.
Cool. So the main reason here really is because it's always good to get it polished after you paint a car, but me and Kuba wet flatted bits of the car. Now Kuba always said, he said, I'm not a detailer, we can wet flat it and get it back looking good, but there's still going to be some fine scratches that a detailer's going to have to get rid of, because I'm not a detailer. So me and Kuba, we wet sanded some bits of the car that had like some bits of imperfections in the clear coat, or like some suska in the clear coat, or just bits that your eye sees on the main surface of the car. So you wet sanded them, and then when they come up with a really good polish like these guys are going to do now, it's going to look amazing. So I'm so excited to see what it looks like. And I'm going to get as much information from these guys as well, because these guys know what to talk about. These guys do all of the G3 and the GP professional stuff. So these guys' products are pretty good. So learning from these guys themselves is going to be great. Okay, so this is the concentrate bit that we did with Kuba, the flattened bit. So you can, with the light, I'm not sure if the camera will be able to see it, but there is. How bad would you say? It's quite heavy, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean it's light abrasive mark, so it's not the worst you can get.
Right. I don't know if the camera's not going to be able to pick it up.
And the good thing is, from what it looks like, the sanding technique's pretty much all right, because it's all in one direction. So it's always nicer to polish out. You can see sort of in the difference between here of how clean the light is there to sort of here. You can just see the light diffraction, obviously, to the naked eye. It's something that stands out quite well. Yeah, so that section is what we're going to get the G360 Rotary on.
Okay, so what's the difference between a Rotary and a DA?
So the difference between a Rotary and a DA is the movement of the machine. A Rotary will literally just spin in rotations. What that means is it's a lot faster, a lot more aggressive, and cuts a lot quicker. The downside to using a rotary machine is it takes a hell of a lot of time, skill and effort to try and get a flawless finish with it, because as the nature of a beast, when you start going up the grades to finer sort of compounds and pads, you get track marks from where the pass has been. So you'll get like an S mark. That's what you'll typically see in the summer months in Sainsbury's car park when the light hits the car and you can see sort of squiggles all the way down it. That's common of having rotary polishing. A DA is dual action, so it's a random orbit. So what it does is instead of just going in circles, it spins in a figure of 8 motion as well. So you cover a slightly larger area, you get a better finish, more refined finish, but if you were to cut with a DA, it takes a lot longer. So that's why we tend to look at both methods really. We're at a point where we know paint very, very well here. It's our bread and butter of what we do is surface finishing with paint. So we can look at paint and think, right, we can get a rotary on that and then refine it with a DA. It'll be done in half the time and to an even better standard than it would if you were just concentrating on one machine. This is our rotary machine. Looks very similar to our DA machine, but you can see it's just literally a circular motion. This pad here is our sort of mid to finish really for our aggressive G360 compound. G360 is a body shop based product, so you tend to use that in accident repair, refinishing side of things, or classic example here where you've had the car painted. The reason being is because it's a little bit more aggressive, you take a little bit less time using a rotary, but you need to know what you're doing, and on top of that it does create a little bit more dust. When you move on to the G3 Pro side of things, that's more of our enthusiast end user retail type products where everyone can have a go. You're not going to go wrong really, but it gives you a really, really good result. So because of the flatting marks, we're going to concentrate, like I say, with a G360. One pad, one compound, that will cut all these out, no problem. And then we'll just refine it up with the G3 Pro after. Just working it in, yeah. All that's going to do, like I say, is soften up the pad and stop it from taking any water that is in the compound out. So you're actually keeping it a nice fluid liquid when you come to polish it. Rotary machine, so 2 small pea-sized amounts, okay? Yep. This one's going to be used slightly different to how we use the DA, and we're going to start slow, then we're going to move the speed up slightly, but we're not going to move it too high. On our machine, we're talking about 2.5 to 3 on the speed dial at most. It's a water-based compound, so if you were to run it at high speeds with a lot of pressure, you're just going to dry that water out, and it will stop cutting and dust up everywhere. It's all about, with this system, being gentle, easy, and let the compound and the pads do the work. Start slow. Cover the area so you've got a nice even amount of compound. Once you're happy you've covered it, you can move up to the cutting speed. Yeah, no pressure. Nice and light. Clean cloth. Yeah. Lay it on. You don't want to squeeze down and rub it off, you just want to nice and gently buff it round. Now what you've got, this is what I was saying about DA and rotary, so if you look at the light source, can you see there's like these spider legs coming off from the light? Yeah. That's what we'd call process marks from a rotary polisher. Okay. Yeah, so to remove them you have to go up into some fine grades, but it's actually easier to cut scratches out with a rotary and then remove them using a DA.
So now we're just going on to the DA.
Yes.
Are you just going over everything or just the bits that we've gone over?
No, we'll do everything, mate.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we'll go over the whole car with the DA.
I can already see the difference here, just from that one, whatever, the G360. Yeah. What a difference. Like, I can already see it like straight away, so can't even wait to see what this does.
Yeah, so this will just make it a little bit glossier, pick up the shine.
And get rid of all the finer scratches.
Yeah, the finer scratches and that, yeah. And it's basically all about light diffraction. So when the light hits the car, you want the light to stay in a pinpoint point rather than sort of diffracting and showing up all different scratches and defects. Right. So that's what this sort of does. It just gives it a nice flat, level, even area.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a lot clearer. You've still got a few deeper ones in there.
Yeah.
that you could with a bit more time and effort get out.
Well, I'm going to be washing the car, so they're going to be coming anyway. So is this the stuff you're using on the DA? Yeah.
Yeah, this is the DA one. So this is a new product for us. It's got enough legs on it so that when you're using it, if you use it by hand, because it can be used by hand or machine.
Yeah.
If you use it by hand, you can hear that it is actually cutting. There's mineral in it that makes a cut. So
Right.
it'll give a nice deep cut, but it's like a diminishing abrasive. So the more you use it, the more it breaks down, which means it gives a nice final finishing as well. So you get the aggression initially, and then it breaks down to a smooth finish. But it's got polymers in it as well, so what that means is any sort of wax or sealant or anything you apply on top of this, it just helps it to bond to the paintwork even nicer.
Right, okay.
So it just, yeah, it's a proper good product. It can be used on everything as well, from paintwork to glass if you've got some marks on glass.
Right, okay.
And you can even polish up metal to a mirror finish with it as well.
So Dan, you're planning on putting something on the car,
Yes.
which we can't say what it is, what it does, what's its name.
No, we can't tell you anything about it other than this is going to be for your protection.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a slightly different application method. It'll just help to seal in the finish of the paint and, you know, give it a bit longer protection on the drive home against any bugs, tar, sap, salt and grime.
Yeah.
It's something we're working on. It's an addition to the G3 Pro family and an advancement on a previous product that we've had. So yeah, one of your car is going to be sort of the first public car that we've done. Yeah.
It's a special day. It's a shame it's such a shit.
Lucky.
It's a shame it's a shit box is going on, but you know.
Okay.
Look how shiny she looks. So you just spray this on and then wash it off?
Yeah, effectively.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's different application methods for it, from what we've been working on and what we've been testing. So how you apply it depends on its characteristics. So if you apply it in a certain particular way, very much like a traditional wax.
You're being very cryptic here, mate.
Yeah, I'm trying to be careful what I'm saying. Like a wax sort of application, then you're going to get a lot longer out of it.
Right.
But if you apply it in this top-up quickest method, then it gives you a little bit less protection in terms of longevity. But for the actual level of protection in terms of how good it is, same.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's something quite exciting, but we're very, very much in the early days. So
Right.
we'll see.
Okay. So there it is.
Even in a generic bottle, mate.
So what we're going to do is going to spray it on and then just wash it off?
Yeah, we're just going to spray it on, and then we're going to use the jet wash just to rinse it off, basically. But it can be used on pretty much anything, mate. Wheels, glass.
Oh, it smells quite potent.
Yeah.
And there we go. Easy as that.
Just going to take the surface water off. This is,
Yep.
at some point, put a nice wax on it.
Yeah.
The main reason being is because this one we've just put on it, it is a man-made product. And man-made products tend to sit on the surface of the paint.
Okay.
They give good protection. But what a wax does is wax actually absorbs into the paint. And that's why when you look at waxed cars, they always look deeper and glossier
Right.
and shine.
So
because
wax it, yeah?
Yeah, put a bit of wax over the top of it, and then yeah, you're good to go.
I will leave links in the description down to all the products that Dan has used. Again, I'm not the biggest detailing guy, so don't be asking me for advice. Dan's Instagram, I'm sure. Do you go? Is it you who controls Instagram?
Yeah, so I do the Farecla Live page.
Okay.
And Tim is in charge of our G3 Professional and Farecla page.
Okay.
The G3 Professional page is where you want to go for all your proper product releases, information, links to where you can buy from and everything like that. Farecla page is for our body shop stuff, and Farecla Life is just a little bit of a look behind the scenes and what our guys are doing with our products, really.
Okay, yeah, so if anyone asks any questions about the products, message Farecla Life, because that's you, right?
That's me.
Thank you very much. Looks so much better. It looks like a different colour. Oh. Oh, yeah. I was so happy. I was so worried about going to that show of all the scratches, and you came in last minute. Thank you.
No, you're more than welcome, mate.
Give it a touch, mate. Feel the smoothness.
Very slick to the
Feel
touch.
it's very slick. Oh shit! Fucking almost fell off. Then.
So we'll give you this as well.
Oh yes, thank you.
This is our super gloss paste wax.
Oh, sick.
So maybe just day before the show or something like that.
Yeah.
Put a layer on, leave it 5-10 minutes, buff it off.
Look at that.
That'll just pick up the gloss even more for your day at
Oh,
shows.
perfect. Look at the nice little applicator there as well.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, because I have like one microfiber at home, so.
Nothing wrong with them, mate.
Sick.
So yeah, enjoy.
Thank you very much. Oh, fucking hell, it's huge thank you to Farecla for bringing us down. This is their warehouse for making the compounds and stuff. This was closer to me, so we decided to do it here. Huge thank you to them. I've got a show on the weekend, and I was really worried about them scratches being on there, but they've sorted them out. Car looks absolutely amazing. Happy to, well, not happy to drive it home, because I'm worried shit scared about another cooler hole popping off, but huge thanks to these guys. I love you all. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you've learned some stuff. I definitely have. S13's looking sick.